Well, as you can see from the title of this video, it is true. We are selling the homestead. I've never given you a full tour of the cabin since it's been completed, you know, with the addition and everything, so I'll give you one of those here. Well, let's head inside. I'll show you around and we'll have a chat about why we're selling and what our future plans are. So the yard area is pretty straightforward. You got the cabin, woodshed with plenty of wood, extra little cubby there for storing things, or you could fill it full of firewood. Well, which runs off of a generator. Good drinking water, it's all been tested. That could easily be run to the cabin if somebody wants to. Chicken coop, the little log cabin, storage shed back there, little garden shed here, outhouse there. And then 10 acres of woods to do whatever you want with. Yeah, the well, as you've seen, just run it off a generator. So that is pretty much it there. Screened in porch, really nice to be away from the bugs. All right, little entryway, shoebox. Could put a little rod here to hang coats or whatever. There's attic access there up into a loft. We just use it as storage, but you could finish it out and have rooms up there if you want. Then you have this area. We kind of had bookshelves here and kind of a little reading area, but I mean, you could do whatever you want. Dining table if you want. Wood heat. 3 bedrooms, and we have most of our stuff out of here, so they're pretty bare bones right now, but 3 decent sized bedrooms. This one here, we kind of did as a bathroom, in case we wanted to bring plumbing in, so this would have been like the vanity area. So it's kind of set up for that, or you could just leave it as a bedroom. But yeah, it's got, you know, outlets and light for a vanity, you know, and then little washer dryer set up there. So you can do that, or just leave it as a bedroom. And then here's the mechanical room slash storage room. Good size mechanical room. And then this is the addition, so it has a kitchen and living room area. Hi, bud. We opened this up because it just made it a lot better. Gives you a much bigger living room and kitchen area, so you know, you could do a dining room table right there, however you want to do it. Pretty open floor plan in here. Like I said, it's pretty bare bones right now. We have all of our stuff out of here. This was kind of our food storage area. And then this, we just use a Coleman jug. And then that drains down into a 5-gallon bucket, which you then take your gray water out and empty it. But like I said, you could add plumbing in here, no problem if you wanted to. But otherwise, that's about it. Pretty straightforward, simple cabin. So yeah, this would make a pretty nice hunting camp, fishing camp, you know, recreational spot, or if you want to live here full time, could absolutely do that too. The location is awesome here. You know, you're out in the country, you got all the national forest land you could possibly want to hunt, hike, explore, ATV, snowmobile, and you have pretty much unlimited lakes around here that are awesome fishing. So that's pretty much the full tour of the cabin. It's a simple cabin, and yeah, you could make it however you want. And then for bathroom needs, you got a simple outhouse. And then we had the camper here for showering and all that, but it's at the new property now. And we do have an RV panel here too, so you can plug in a camper and have full electrical hookups. So it's kind of a recreational person's dream, this property. Yeah, dirt roads, you know, you can just hop on your 4-wheeler, head out, and you got all the dirt roads and ATV trails you could possibly want. And yeah, tons of nice little lakes around here too. So our plans is we're gonna move to the new property. When we bought that, we had actually talked about putting this place up for sale then, but then we kind of found out Sierra was pregnant and we had Stanley coming, so we kind of put it off for a while. But as we've been there and spent time there, we've just really fallen in love with the place. Ever since we got this property, we've always been kind of looking for land around that area, And it's tough to find something that was like in our budget that, you know, and a lot of stuff just gets snatched up real quick around there. But we were able to find that property. We went and walked it during the winter and loved it, ended up buying it. And then, as you know, last winter I built that cabin on it. So, you know, we already have it kind of set up for living while we build our new place, which we'll be starting really soon here. So we have the cabin there and the camper. So we have shower, everything. It's set up for living. So it's kind of ready for us to move there right now, and then we can start developing it. The reason we want to make the move is, you know, that's double the land there. It's, you know, heavily wooded. So there's all kinds of different trees and a lot of them. So lifetime supply of firewood if managed properly. You know, I've done a lot of work to cutting the trails and everything, and it's just going to be an awesome property once we're done with it. But like I said, we'll be starting to build our new home here real soon. We already pretty much have all of our stuff over there, and we'll have the wall tent set up so all of our stuff can be in there as kind of a temporary storage unit. We'll have it dried in and everything before winter for sure, so that'll be good. And then we can kind of move our stuff from the wall tent in there and, yeah, start finishing it out. We also really like that property. You know, it's tucked way back in the woods, so it's nice and private. And I kind of get to skip a lot of the work that I had to do with this place to develop it. You know, I had to clear a bunch of land by hand with this place to be able to start building the cabin and, you know, the other outbuildings and kind of getting, you know, a yard area cleared. This new property already has a field area, so it's already got, you know, a nice cleared out area for the building already, so we can start immediately. And I kind of get to skip a lot of the work that I had to put into this place. And once this sells, you know, we'll be able to take the money that we make from this place to kind of improve that place and make things better. So we're looking forward to that. Also, Stanley's young enough yet, you know, he's still a baby, so it's not like he has friends or anything. We're not like taking him away from school. So it was kind of like, you know, if we're going to do it, you know, we've been talking about it for a while. Like, if we're going to do it, you know, now's the time to do it while Stanley's still young. We've been spending a lot of time there. You know, I camped there a lot while I was tearing down that trailer house, and yeah, camped there a lot, you know, while I was kind of building and finishing that cabin. Sierra's been up there a lot, and we've just really fallen in love with that property. And the area that that property is in, Sierra and I have been going there for years, so we know the area real well, we know the community. We already got some fishing and hunting spots kind of picked out, because that's where we do a lot of that. So, yeah, just the more time we've spent in that area, the more we've wanted to kind of move up there and get set up there. And also going through this entire process, you know, I've learned a lot from it, so, you know, I got a little bit more experience now, and I'm looking forward to kind of using some of the things I've learned from this place and applying them there. Also, the timing of this kind of works out real well because my parents are finishing a place too. They had the shell built and then they're going to be finishing the inside. So, you know, I can help my dad with that. He can come up and help me. So it's kind of working out that we're both building at the same time. But yeah, this whole moving thing and selling the homestead, it's something that we aren't just doing on a whim. You know, we put a lot of thought into it. We're really excited about it. You know, I'm excited to start building the new place, and yeah, I'll be filming all that, of course. And yeah, I think you guys are really going to like what we're going to do with this next place. We got a lot of cool ideas, and we really look forward to sharing it with you and taking you guys along on the journey. So that is the plan. We are a little bit sad about leaving this spot, but we're also really excited to start the next chapter of our lives. So between the cabin and the camper, we'll have a nice, comfortable, temporary living situation, and we won't be in that long. I'll be able to have that dried in pretty quick and then finish it out from there. I'm not sure what it'll go for, but yeah, when it sells, it sells. We're not necessarily in any hurry to sell it. So yeah, we'll just see what happens with it. But yeah, I wanted to give you this little update, and yeah, this is why we've been so busy, is because we've been getting stuff out of here, getting set up at the new place. But like I said, we're really excited for the next chapter of our lives, excited for the new journey. And yeah, I'm just excited to take what I've learned from this place and apply it to the new spot. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I think you guys are really gonna like the way this turns out. And I think once we get going on our place and you see what we're gonna do with the land and kind of what our dreams are there, you'll see why we wanted to make the move. This place has been really good to us, but it's time for somebody else to enjoy it. Well, as always, I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned, and I'll see you on the next video.